Pair of big buzzkills to kick off 2025. Nike tumbling 2.6%. But we start with another blow for Boeing, the aerospace company, one of several U.S. companies on China's latest export control list. The sanctions would ban imports to and exports from China or making new investments in the country. It's now down almost 5% just this week. So, Courtney, your thoughts on Boeing?
Boeing's been tough. I mean, really, for the last several years, like, you want to find an entry point into Boeing. It's a duopoly, and really, whether it's them or Airbus, like, they need to keep making airlines. When you look at the airlines, I mean, there's just really not enough planes to go around right now. They need the more efficient planes, and that demand is still there, but they just keep having issues. It's one thing after another.
Why has it been such a mess for so long?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I'm not in management there, unfortunately. But it's just, you think you're over one thing, and it's just something completely unexpected, right? I mean, this recent news of a crash, I think we all thought we were past that, and now it's another thing. And I think that's become really frustrating for investors. And it's hard to jump into something that just seems like such a mess, for a lack of a better word, from a management standpoint.
Thoughts on Boeing?
Yeah, I bought some Boeing a little bit after they did that very big capital raise of $24 billion. I mean, to me, that was really an important event. We all know they've had tremendous issues. It used to be really a great cash flow story, and now it is a negative cash flow story. So that's a big change. But I think that when you're as down and out as Boeing, every little thing becomes a big thing. That crash the other day, that was terrible.
Yep.
I think this tension with China will continue. But I'm kind of intrigued by Boeing. I think that it didn't stop going down today, but it has generally stopped going down on bad news even, which, you know, as Tim always says, you make the most money when things go from terrible to just bad. So I'm long Boeing in the hope that it gets out of the terrible category. Right.
All right, let's move over to Nike now. It was down 2.6% in the first trading day of the year. Sales estimates for 2025 continue to fall. Analysts predicting a 10% annual drop for this fiscal year, according to FactSet. So is it time, Guy, to just sell it?
We've been saying this for a while. I mean, pull up a longer-term chart of Nike, and you'll see this is more than cut in half since its all-time high, I think, in the summer of 2021 or thereabouts, and deservedly so. I mean, competition seemingly came out of nowhere, and they weren't prepared for it. And quite frankly, it's still sort of expensive on valuation. It's flirting with the levels that we saw this summer, $70 or so. You know, to me, it feels like it's going to take it out and try to test a whole new sort of level on the downside. I don't think, in my opinion, there's not a compelling reason to own this. It's not on valuation yet, and it's not on a turnaround yet. And the fact that the competition is only getting worse doesn't help them either. So I'm an avoider of Nike still.
Bonwin?
I have a very small position. I wouldn't sell it yet, only because I do believe in the long-term story, and ultimately it's small enough and we've right-sized it so that we can kind of play for any type of leg up. But I'm with Guy. It's hard for me to really find some compelling catalysts. The issue is we need some exposure to retail within the portfolio. It's not as if we can invest completely in AI or completely in renewable energy. So from a portfolio standpoint, I can understand that you feel like you're picking amongst the upper echelon of retail. But they certainly need to get their act together, and we'll probably hold off on investing.
And to Guy's point, the competition has only become stiffer and stiffer for Nike.